Hey, it's James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and in today's lesson we're going to learn how to play Black Magic Woman. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy learning guitar with me. Let's just take a quick look at what we're up against here. Black Magic Woman, I've got a black magic woman. Yes, I've got a black magic woman, got me so blind I can't see. She's a black magic woman and she's trying to make a devil out of me. Don't turn your back on me, baby. As you can see, this is a simple blues song that uses minor chords. So it's called a minor blues. We're in the key of A minor. The original recording's in the key of D minor, but it makes the chords pretty tough when you're playing on acoustic. So, we've changed it into A minor. As far as the chords are concerned, it's pretty straightforward. We start off on that A minor chord, and then we go to an E minor chord. And for that one, we can leave down our middle finger and just switch into E minor. So that's a pretty easy pivot from A minor to E minor. And if you are still at the point where you're not really comfortable with the chords, with chord switching, strumming, I have a free ebook that I want you to check out. It's completely free for all my subscribers. I'll put a link to the corner, or in the corner, for that if you're interested. Otherwise, from this E minor, we're going to go back to A minor, then we go to D minor, and for that, I like to move the entire chord shape up one string set so that we're on the top 3 strings, and then I stick out my ring finger, and that's my D minor chord. Some people, including myself, I like to use my pinky on that one instead. Feels a bit better on the 3rd fret of the B string. And then there's a G chord for like half a second. And for that one, I like to play it this way, using my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the thickest string and my pinky on the 3rd fret of the thinnest string. And my middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the A string. And that way I can just pivot off of that into that E chord. So once again, we're leaving a finger down for an easy pivot. And that goes into an E major chord. So sort of a 5th chord, but it's the same shape as A minor. Not too big a deal. And once we play that E, we just move the whole thing down to A minor. And I'm just going to write the chords in the corner, and you want to count to 4 and play 4 downstrokes for every chord symbol. So that first A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have A minor again, so we count to 4 one more time. Then E minor, 2, 3, 4. And this is a great exercise if you're still working on the chord shapes and you want to get your switching solid, but still incorporate rhythm to D minor, 3, 4. You could even sing while you do this. A minor. And then here it's a bit different. For G and E, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I strum G on beat 1, and then I just count 2. I don't do anything. Then I strum E on beat 3, and I count 4 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I proceed 2, 3, 4, 1. And I recommend just downstrokes only, counting along, strumming through it that way before adding any rhythm. You could even do that with a metronome. That's an excellent exercise to, get you used to the shape of the song. And once we're good with that, we can add a strumming pattern to it. It's the most common strumming pattern ever: down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And I've taught that in a ton of lessons. I'll put a link in the corner, but let's just quickly go over it right now. We go down, down, up, 3, 4. We're just dividing the pattern in half. Doing the first half, going down, down, up, 3, 4. A downstroke on 1, down, up on 2, and then we count 3, 4. And I'm still moving my arm when I count 3, 4. I'm doing like a bit crazier because I'm trying to show you guys, right? But if I was playing this on my own, it would look like, and I'm just kind of like doing like a little drumstick hit or something, with my hand, just to keep my arm moving with the beat, right? We want to become rhythmic. Then the second half of this thing, I'm going to count 1, 2, and then I'll play miss, up, down, up. So 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. And we do that a whole bunch of times, counting out loud, doing all the stuff, put it together. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And if you're having trouble with this, just check out that lesson in the corner. I spend 8 minutes or something going over just this one pattern instead of the like 1 minute that we did here. Anyways, that's our pattern. We have our chord order. We're going to play our strumming pattern one time per chord shape, except on G and E. We're going to do those just going 1, 2, 3, 4, like we already talked about. Downstroke on 1, count 2, switch to E, 3, 4. You can always just watch me do this, and then you can try it with me afterwards if you're not comfortable yet. Just take a look here. I have my metronome set to 80, so it's quite slow compared to the original recording. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black magic woman. And we would do that something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And that's the entire song. We have the first verse and the second verse. Then we have a solo, which we do that chord progression 2 times during the solo. So it's a really long solo. And that's great if you have a friend to jam with. You know, one of you can like kind of play the scale and take the solo. The other one can play the chords. It's a lot of fun. And then we have another verse. And then there's an ending where it's a little bit different. We're going to go... So it switches to a swing rhythm where the downstrokes are longer. Down, up, down, up, down. And we just go down, up, up. So down, up on the A minor, and then down, up, up on G. And this is the ending of the song, of the Fleetwood Mac version specifically. But you don't have to do it. It's cool to do. It's easy enough, just going back and forth between those 2 chords. It's a great time to also, you know, rip out that solo stuff. Either way, that's all it takes. This is a really simple tune. So if you want to play along with the whole thing, I have that on my Patreon page. I'll put a link down below for that. And if you need any extra help, don't forget I have my free ebook. I also have a beginner's course, Learn Guitar Once and For All, that kind of walks you through the whole process from just getting started or from, you know, being somebody who has never really been able to comfortably strum chords and with like solid rhythm. And it's all about getting you to the point where you're a confident strummer and you can just bust out tunes like this, no problem. So I'll put a link to that in the corner as well. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.